The comments of my characters do not reflect myself, nor are any comments I make official statements reflective of any organization or fandom community I am a part of, unless clearly stated otherwise. Viewer discretion is advised. So I want to start off today's video on a little bit of a serious note. I am going to be covering some heavy topics, and no, this is not clout chasing. I am actually covering these topics because nobody else is really covering these topics who's got a big platform kind of like mine. Most of the people covering this is smaller YouTubers, and I really want to put this information out there because nobody is really bringing it to the forefront. And honestly, I don't think it's right nor fair. I mean, well, fair is a different word for it, but not the right word for it, but I don't think it's good that this is not being talked about openly in FiveM spaces, because this is a topic that really should have been addressed years ago, and that's grooming on FiveM is a big issue. Pretty much every FiveM community I have been in has had at least one pedophile or somebody messing around with a minor in it. That being said, I'm not here to make any clout off of this. I'm not here to make any money off of this. In fact, I can't make any money off of this. YouTube has striked me, and I am not a part of the AdSense program in any fashion, shape, or form to begin with. So this video is not monetized for me to even send the proceeds to some sort of charity. And furthermore, I'm going to be linking organizations that help with such abuse cases in the description below. But that out of the way, yeah. It's pretty rough. At about, I don't know, I have to go back and look here. When did we find this information? About 9 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock Eastern. I saw a link in a friend's, well, say friend loosely, in a server member's Discord bio that had a link to a website called www.polecatexposed.com, and naturally it piqued my curiosity and I clicked on it, and oh lordy, was there a doozy in there. Again, I am not going to make this comedic. I mean, I'm going to post my knee-jerk raw reaction to everything in the clips following this serious portion of the video, but I kind of laughed to keep from crying on the subject. And call me what you want for that, for better or worse. It was something that I just didn't really know how to process, because I've been watching Polecat since I was probably about the same age as some of the kids he's diddling, and it's just heartbreaking. It's disappointing. I mean, really. But this document that I'm going to leave below just goes into full of detail about a continuous history with screenshots and videos of Polecat abusing his power and being pedophilic in nature. And it's just really heartbreaking, because a lot of these kids put their trust and stock in what people like Polecat have to say. I remember being a small child, well, loosely, like a 16-year-old, and if I could not, if I felt like I was letting Rachel Fire Kitten down, I would get depressed, because I felt like I was missing the mark of making somebody I admired so much happy, or at least proud of me in some fashion, shape, or form. So these kids are very much so impressionable, and I'm not saying that to say Fire Kitten diddled me or anything like that. No, none of that ever happened. But I do say that to say that these big content creators and YouTubers can have a big effect on these children, and Polecat chose to abuse it. It's been confirmed and confirmed and confirmed, because if the screenshots from the Snapchats are not enough for you, PGN has released a document with a preface that says, and I quote, hold on, I gotta pull it up again, with a preface that says, and I quote, please fill out this application best you can so that we can best verify you to bypass our application process. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for considering PGN as a new home away from a pedophile. So Pro Gamer Network is already jumping on this. Who knows, maybe NoPixel will jump on it next, but I mean, really, it's just heartbreaking, and I wouldn't want to put any of the victims on blast if they hadn't put themselves out there already. And honestly, hats off to them. It's very brave, and I hope that something can come of this. But here's the raw footage of me reacting to this real time as I get this information, along with my good friend A1 Dog, whose channel will be linked in the description. Yeah, this doesn't look too good. Lots of 2 a.m. hey you ups, like, type of things. And it's like I said, he's knocking 30's door down. He's old enough to know the difference between, like, okay, maybe a little bit underage, but, and then there's, you could see, I mean, if this is actually him, he's understanding that he could get in legal trouble, because he's saying things like, hey, let's not get ourselves in trouble.
I'm just baffled.
Why is this Cali? Does he live in Cali or Florida? I believe Cali.
He lives in Cali. He lives in Cali.
How is CHP or somebody not caught this dude in 4K? If this is true.
Cops involved. I don't think.
That's very true.
Hold on.
But the thing that concerns me even more is the fact that he's, like, offering, like, treats and crap. Like, I'll buy you a new car if you send me the dick pics. Well, I don't, not dick pics, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just so arrogant that it fits. On one hand, I'd be like, no, there's no way he's that stupid. But on the other hand, Polecat has always acted like his crap didn't stink.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was arrogant enough to think he'd get away with it. I'd be terrified of some little girl's dad. I'd be absolutely terrified. You don't know if her dad is, like, former Marine or something.
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind? He probably is, actually. That's pretty accurate, but Polecat has never been in his right mind. Alright, we can work it out tomorrow, what you want. Just don't be mean and call me a pervert. I didn't do that shit. You were always a good friend and always will be. I'll be up around 10 a.m. my time, so we can do it around 1 p.m. your time.
Yeah. But I was looking up to see if maybe the cops got involved, and I don't see anything.
If no one's reporting...
I mean, okay, this is my thought. Maybe they're just trying to build up a bunch of evidence and then put it all together at once? I don't know.
Because, see, here's from my point of view, right? Lord forgive me, I'll probably get canceled for this, but if it were me, guys like him are a dime a dozen. They're very common. Because I don't think he's going to get to some sort of rehabilitative state without getting a serious reality check. But if it were me, I'd be more, if it was my kid, I'd be like, look, stop conversing with them. Maybe make a YouTube video out of it if you want. But, like, do what you can social media wise. They'd be everywhere on my Twitter as the parent. Oh, definitely. Unless my child didn't want me to say anything. But if we're going balls to the walls, we're putting this out there? Yeah, no. But as far as getting law enforcement involved, it's just stupid because he's got so much money and clout and probably got lawyers and everything else that it'll just be he's rubber and we're glue. It's just gonna bounce off.
Yeah.
Call me feudalist, I don't know.
Got a point. To be honest, the first whiff of this should have been reported to the cops right away.
I would try. I would go to CHP or somebody and try. But I wouldn't expect anything. I wouldn't expect greatness.
But this is I don't know this for sure. Obviously, I'm just thinking maybe the person's point of view that's like the first person that ever got this type of thing from Polecat. I'm just thinking of maybe they just didn't want to say anything because they felt uncomfortable and thought they might be doing something because of how young. Like, obviously a teenager. Because I still am one, but just thinking of it, it's.
Side note: who writes J/O to write jerk off? Sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, I understand. I was that kid. I don't talk about it often, but I have actually been in his situation. I've been in this kid's situation. The only difference is I didn't care. I owned my actions. It was the thing of I consented. I really don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna make a fuss about it if I put myself in the position. Not to say that it makes it right by any means. And no, for anybody wondering, it's not somebody of noteworthy. Fire Kitten didn't diddle me. No. But as far as being that vulnerable, actually, or wondering if you did something wrong, speaking of Fire Kitten, I remember crying because I thought I so much as, disappointed Fire Kitten when I was like 16.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine talking to somebody, and again, this is coming from somebody who, even though I didn't like him as a person or I thought he was a bit on the arrogant side, I would still watch his videos and still considered him one of the OGs and the godfathers of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But this is just deplorable. I mean, if this is in fact him, this is no bueno. And I could see some kid not wanting to say anything, because if I were that age, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't want to say anything either, because, I mean, as soon as you go to the cops, obviously it's going to be all over the news.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Say, hey, can you keep it quiet? No.
Yeah, that's not exactly how that works. Oh, they've got recordings of conversations.
I want to see this. Where?
Oh, this is just him scrolling through the... I almost said TikTok.
The images.
Yeah. I thought this was like him on VC. If they have him on VC...
Oh no, if they have him on VC, that's...
He's screwed with no Vaseline. He's done, dead in the coffin. Was it you that I was talking to about DOJ potentially shutting down?
Yes.
Yeah, you might be onto something.
I heard one of the people inside DOJ, and they said that they were most likely going to shut down, so...
Ain't no way that this is fake. Like, because that's some deep effing faking, and I don't think DOJ kids are smart enough to fake something like that. Because I'm looking at this video, and he's showing him opening his TikTok. Not TikTok, Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat.
For the record, for everybody who's ever asked me why I don't have a Snapchat, this is why. If you ask me if I have a Snapchat, you might as well just say, do you want to go out?
Yeah.
And at that point, whatever we gotta do, we can do on Discord.
Winters.
I'm just saying, I don't see the need for it. It's a stupid app. I've only ever gotten it from my freaking girlfriends, and it's...
You're not wrong, you're not...
We all know what Snapchat is for.
We do. Yeah, it's pretty odd. I mean, TikTok the same way, if you think about it.
But yeah, no, that would take a lot to, like... That's some freaking... If this is faked, the person deserves a medal instead of, like, complaints. Because
I want to give him an actress award.
Right,
Just this
freaking not a Grammy, an Oscar or something.
Oscar, Grammy, whatever. Recommended to read. Wish additional information below.
So what is
Okay.
the staff response, I'm wondering?
Don't know. Oh my lord.
What? Polecat
Okay,
dick?
go. No, no. I hope not. Go down to source, the seventh thing, and then where it says recommended to read, click on one of the links, or the first one anyway. Brings
Number
up a
7.
whole another document.
The Bitline link?
Yeah.
Who put this in black and...
I don't know, but
Oh, okay. Another member of head administration, Ghost. Although I have no specific problems with Ghost, as I've not interacted to a great extent over the past 4 years of my time in the community, I do not believe Ghost needs to take on that level of out-of-game responsibility that he currently holds. Although I'm not a huge fan of his style of role-playing game, if someone is unhappy about that, they can simply leave the server and join another one. However, out-of-game actions or lack thereof is a different matter entirely. I will list out a few specific concerns with Ghost that I've observed. I cannot list them all out in one document here. That's when you know someone sucks, as I do not recall all that have occurred to me in the last 4 years. However, I will attempt to list a few examples below to illustrate why I believe Ghost should not take a role in the community much more than focused on in-game. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna control F like Pedo or something because I can't be bothered to read the lore.
yeah, the lore's a little bit extensive.
Yeah, I can't find... Is there anything else about Polecat in this? Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, I'll come back to that in my spare time. Just because I can't be bothered to freaking... I'm trying to figure out if my childhood favorite YouTuber is a pedo or not. We got bigger fish to fry. I've been debating on whether or not I'm going back to the original Our Beloved Pet. I just read the title. Our beloved pedophile. They are letting into him with Jesus Christ. I know it's bad to have sympathy for a pedo, but good lord.
I'm just reading through some of the freaking Snapchat crap. Oh my god.
It's concerning because I'm like... It's like... Have you been following the whole Adam Levine thing?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's like, what grown man still is like, you know... What you wearing? Like at 2 a.m. Like, come on. Your pickup game has got to be better than that. You are a 30-year-old man. I'm not even like the pedophilia side. He'd have a good insanity play because he freaking like sexts like a 16-year-old. I've been debating on whether or not to post this, to leak it, and cause exposure to malicious man named Jordan and his partner in crime, ISIL. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Whoever ISIL is, I am not trying to make you sound like a leader of an Al-Qaeda, terror group, but I don't know how to pronounce your name otherwise. It looks like Joel and ISIS, like, combined. I don't know what's going on. Polecat and Ghost. Oh, okay, so same person. But I believe that it is that time of the year.
Oh my god.
Why does every 5M community have that time of the year? Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know, to be honest. I really couldn't tell you.
You know what? I'll just throw a disclaimer on the front of it and be like, these are my own thoughts and opinions, and anybody who feels otherwise can suck it.
Reading this just made my heart sink very bad. Oh my god. I watched this dude since I was 6, 7.
Yeah.
This is I have no words for it. Just reading this though.
What are you reading current? The Snapchat still, or?
Here, yeah, it's one of the Snapchat things. I'll share my screen record.
I am,
There we go.
I remember being about like 16 ish, 15.
It,
Oh, yeah.
okay, just read through this.
Yeah, I've already have.
Oh, you read through this one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This, this.
yeah, that one right there. First off, how many emojis do you need to say you're horny? But just dial it back, maybe throw an eggplant in there. Just give some variety, guy. And then to top it all off, who says I want to see more of. Is this a guy or a girl he's talking to?
Mm, I don't know. Hold on. Let me.
Does it say?
I got it out of. Nah, it's a guy. It's Brandon V.
Oh.
Whoever this dude is.
Oh. Um. Look, I'm not saying they gonna R. Kelly this motherfucker. There's no way to put it. There's no other way to put it. Because it's bad enough when you are a normal pedo. Not to say that being gay is abnormal, but when you know what I'm getting at. People people you can diddle a little girl and it will be a problem, but a guy diddling a little boy, the media's gonna have a field day with that. And you can tell that he's self-conscious because he's saying, "Don't call me a pervert."
I mean, yeah. I'm still just baffled.
There was a again with the JL. There was a rumor running around the like GTA 4 space in like 2019, maybe 2018. I'm gonna go 2018, yeah, about him cheating. I don't know, either on his girlfriend or just generally sleeping with Jeff's wife or girlfriend, whichever she was at the time.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's why none of this. Well, I knew he was a sleazeball, but I didn't. At least that's consensual among two adults. How true that is, I don't know.
Uh, hmm.
But if he's this loosey goosey with his pickle, then yeah, he very well might have. You could draw two circles with some dots on them and send a guy over the edge. But it's like a little boy. I don't understand. That just burns the pit of my soul because I'm like, that child is innocent. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, all children are innocent. I'm not trying to say that one deserves any more than the other. All of this is bullcrap. But I'm saying there's at least I can extrapolate, like, how somebody psychologically justifies that, or, a young girl developing or whatever. Again, not saying it's right, but I know how these types of people's minds work. I. Gay pedophile is a completely new territory for me.